friends, my name is Renuka. Welcome back to my channel, and this is the second part of Seaside Mega Pack from Lizi. And basically today I'm featuring the technique where you can do a simple cards and you can add a little bit of wow factor to them. So these are pretty basic cards, but how can you just use the paper and layering techniques to get little bit more out of it? Although you see that there is nothing special in those, but still I want to share this idea that how you can produce these cards and quickly you can get more of these. So this is the first part. Definitely I'm going to make more simple cards in afterwards. So here I'm just cutting this as the front of the card base. So I have choose lots of pattern papers from the pack, mostly the double-sided papers, some of the specialty papers too, and then I'm cutting those in a 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that kind of covers the A2 size front of the card. Now you will see that why I'm doing that, and some of them I'm cutting like 5 1/2 by 5 1/2 to make a square card, and I'll put all the scrap with me. So most of the times I decided to do this, and then I just cut out those again with the salmon stitch rectangle die to get a more nice finish to it. So I do all this process in the same time. I just skip that, don't want to show you the how I cut all of them. Then I put those paper aside and choose the matching background, or you can say the card base for my cards, and mostly I'm using Recollections paper. These are from the Michaels, and you can get them various sizes, various colors. So basically I'm just choosing the colors which already in the paper pattern paper here. In this way you can directly add the pattern paper on it and just create a color paper layered card. Now here I just want to show you how I score the card so you don't get the crack. Where is the valley, just fold opposite to that. Now again, a simple technique I'm using here, stays on ink. Rather than the embossing, you can use the stays on ink on your acetate. And now I just want to show you that that ink will stay on the stamp, and you can see it's not stamping, but if you want to clear that, you can use the stamp cleaner, and you can use the Lawn Fawn shampoo also to clear that. And then I'm kind of searching for the right background for this card. Now you can see that all of three them looking really nice. So when your pattern paper is too busy like this, your sentiment kind of lost there. Although you can add a simple sentiment by adding a banner or a strip of plain cardstock on it, but this is the simple way to adding more fun to your card. Rather than making the full panel checkered card, here I am using the leftover piece from this die cut, which we made the bigger square here, and so I get the stitch lines on all the sides, and then I'm using the glue to just put those on that acetate where I stamp the sentiment, relax, life is good, and it is from the Lawn Fawn sentiment. Now you can see that how it's kind of matching to it. And then the leftover piece I always decided to add inside, but somehow this time I just choose another cardstock background, not the red, we'll go for the yellow. You can see afterwards I change that. Now I just use yellow, orange, green, and a little bit of blue color. Now these colors are from Distress ink, and I choose those colors from again the pattern paper. So just put your pattern paper, see your distress colors or any pigment ink, and just I'm creating that panel. And then I just cut out double-sided tape. I double it up again and make it a thin stripe of it to make this shaker window. Now what is the fun of this small shaker window? First of all, it will pop on that background. The second thing, it is really simple to do a shaker card as the shaker window here, and you can see that I'm using here anti-static powder. It is from the EK Success, so that the sequence will not stick anywhere. Still it sticks little bit, but I don't mind, and I'm choosing here very bluish and sea green colors, and I'll put those colors same to embellish the cardstock also. So now it's like very nice and bright. So excuse my head is coming between, I just want to place it straight. Now I decided to put the yellow on the base because it's kind of matching with that yellow and green background. And now you can see, rather than making the whole shaker card or creating the window, the small things can make a difference in your card. So this is our first card. Now I'll add a little bit more embellishment by using the glue and the sequins. These sequins are like, I have ton of them, although they are in same size. I don't mind to put them, they have in different various colors. Now you can put the white no drop here, but then I decided to match with that yellow card base, so I put in yellow one, so the whole thing kind of pull together. You can stamp any sentiment and you can use this pattern for any basic cards. Now these are the another two BC pattern papers here. So I choose one of the fish one and another is the fish with the paper one there. Cutting the stripes of 1 inch each and putting them in the same way, the way I cut them, so I didn't lose the pattern on them. Now just I'm alternating those on the both the cards, so at each time you will get 2 cards. Now the third after the third stripe, the fourth one you will get little bit bigger, cause it's not totally divided by 1, cause it's little bit bigger, and I'll use that bigger one for making the sentiment, so it will look nice also. So now for putting these kind of things, it's better to use another cardstock. Now you can see that I'm putting those on the cardstock, and I will cut those all the stripes again by putting them at a one stroke and cutting them at a one stroke. It kind of saves the time and the same time the energy too, and it has become a little bit simpler to do. At the same time it will differentiate the pattern papers as well. So these are the small tricks you can do with the BC pattern paper. Rather than putting the pattern paper on pattern paper and just making nothing out of it, just little bit being creative and you will get an awesome card. So now you can see that all the things are looking really nice and kind of matching. In this technique you can create 2 cards at once. I'm showing here only one. So for the sentiment I decided to stamp the happy birthday. Now I will just stamping on that pattern paper just to show that it will how it lost, and then I will stamp on the same matching pattern paper, the plain pattern paper, so you can get what I'm talking about. The busy things goes everything like end of messy. So I'm again using the same color cardstock, little bit darker one, and put the happy birthday there. And now I'm choosing the very dark color cardstock in a background. It's kind of navy blue color cardstock, and then I will add all those things. And for the main focal point of where we are putting the sentiment, I will add the fun foam or the double-sided tape in background of it. Now you can see that I'm just trimming the excess, I'm just using that banner. So if you don't have the stitch rectangle die, you can still use that. Now this is the another technique to line up those all the stripes in a particular straight manner. You can use your scale too for doing that. And then I will add double-sided foam tape to just raise it little bit. Now you can do this same technique by using 2 colors of distressing on plain pattern paper, and you can create a watercolor card like orange and blue or purple and green, something like that. So I'm adding little bit of again yellow no drops to just pop a little bit of yellow color there. And it's like I want to add the blue glitter one, and this is kind of not working properly, but yeah, I'm able to manage it, squeeze it out properly, and I'm just here you can see that I'm doing that again and again. So okay, I didn't edit that, I just want to show it happens with everyone, you are not only the one. So for the next one I'm using this paper smooches wavy die. If you don't have these waves, you can just cut those waves by your hand and scissors, and it's just like creating a pattern. And then I will use I just go a little bit off the camera, I didn't see that, and you see that you float my boat with the red bird memento ink. And then there is another cardstock. Now I just flip that excess place, so I get the dotted one and the boat one from the same cardstock because it's a double-sided one. Now here's the trick. I'm just adding that sentiment on the behind that frame. At this moment you can add the foam to all the frame and you can stick the acetate to make it shaker card, but I didn't do that. I just want to make a simple, so I just put all the things together. Here I'm using A2 size white cardstock which I bought from, I think, Geon's. Yeah, so these are the pack. I will link all the things below. And kind of putting the glue on the corners so all this frame and the main panel kind of stick to my main card base. Then I'm using this white color cardstock. Is, I think, the watercolor paper, and I put this die, ship die, which came in a kit, and then I used the black paper to cut out. Sometimes your die cut didn't cut out properly. This happened with that black one, so I decided to use that using for my shadow. And then I'm using here the actional wobbler. So I don't have the mini action wobbler, so I'm just cutting that. Use the scissors which you are not using for your regular paper cutting. So these are the extra scissors I'm using for this, cutting that plastic thing. And now it's just a simple actional wobbler card, so it kind of wobble and twist. And I'm adding a little bit of silver glitter with the Vinkazella on the bottom of it, and adding 3 drops of Nuvo, which kind of matching with that red thing. So these are the 3 simple cards, and how you can use your pattern papers to get more creative with them and add a little bit of wow factor. This is kind of beginner card, but still I hope you enjoy and get some kind of idea. If you want to see more cards or first part of this video, you can see that links at the end of the video. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.